When you first tell a guy you want to jab followed by a hook, it seems impossible, like he can't compute. What do you mean you want to jab followed by a hook? Like, how do I do that? You usually get something like this, where he's all on his arms and he needs to, let's all say it together, relax. From the last video there, I said it again. The problem is, it's got nothing to do with your hands and everything to do with your feet. The key to getting this thing to go is the footwork. You know, whether that's a quick, or whether you're taking that big shovel hook, the feet are how it happens. So in this video, I'm going to show you a couple different ways you can chain the lead jab and lead hook together, the footwork for it, and some setups for it. No Stiffy Mick first day, on his first day of boxing, kickboxing, or MMA class, he's going to be throwing his hook like this anyway. So if your hook sucks, make sure you go watch that video we did on why your hook sucks, and hopefully that'll help you understand this. But one way we can clear this up, one quick, easy fix, is to think of it like a slap. Now, some anonymous guy with Batman as his profile picture is saying, this is not a slap, you shouldn't slap your hook. I'm not saying you should slap your hook. I'm telling you how you should think about it in order to make it happen. If I jab and then try to throw a hook, people want the hook to be hard. They want to throw their punches hard. They want to feel like a big old strong thing and throw a hard punch. But if you think of it like a slap, boom, and then you slap, it'll make you do kind of the correct thing. It's not going to be the end product, but it's one way to learn it. So if you go jab, slap, that'll start to give you that swagger that we talked about in the last video. Bam, bam. And that'll start to get you closer to chaining those two attacks together. Now, as for what we do with them, we got a couple of options. We got the quick, pop, pop. That's just going to be like mostly guard manipulation. We're not expecting that hook to be a big shot. It might be, but we're setting other things up. Maybe it's the right hand. Bop, bop, bop. Maybe it's the kick. This is a killer one, real quick, killer tip. You just go bop, bop, and then chop that kick. And it works because they're expecting the right hand, which is going to be kind of the theme for the rest of these. You go boom, for sure it's going to be the right hand. Boom, for sure it's going to be the right hand. And then the knee or the kick, that can surprise them. Footwork for that looks kind of funny too. You're not going to just jab, hook, like Stiffy Mick first day. So take the punches out because we're not trying to think too much about our hands. And we're going to go hop, hop, like we're like we're skipping out. You like that? All right, we're going to go bop, bop. And that makes me turn my hip. This is sort of an exaggeration. Bop, bop. Bop, bop. But what it ends up doing is it gets you to turn this hip over. Bop, bop. And if you don't think about your arm, then when you add the punches in, bop, bop, then we start to get, and when you're scared of the dude, you're not gonna turn like this. You're gonna be like this. But it gets you closer to the real thing. So that's the quick one. If we want to travel forward and occupy his guard and cover some ground. But what if we actually want to do some damage with this thing? What if we actually want to set up a proper hook to the body? Let's go to the body. So we're going to go to the body. You got kind of two ways you could do the footwork for it. We could jab and then big step in. And we load and think about throwing kind of half of a right. If I throw this shoulder and I've made him respect my right hand, when I do this, he's going to cover up. There's a beat in between these two punches when we do it this way that people don't like. They want to be quick. That's what makes him do that stuff. But there's a beat that's covered by this. So I go, bop, his hands go up, and I go, ah, and he goes, ah, and I go, ah, like that. That's how we do it. So you can throw the jab, and it doesn't have to land. You can throw the jab, and if we are scary enough with our big, powerful shot, we can cover a lot of ground. Boom, bing. Gotta be tight. Everything has to be tight. You're running straight towards his right hand. And dig that shovel hook, because we're digging our shovel hook, cracking his liver and ribs and his spleens and his insides and everything, busting them all up. All right, boom, like that. But if you want to kind of cheat this a little bit, you can take the first step during the jab. All right, you can step and jab, and now all I have to do is bring my back foot like this to throw my hook. And this could be that liver shot or that low body shot. This is where my opponent's liver is. This kind of represents, like, if I was fighting a person, this is where their liver would be for me. But what we need is this. This right here is important, right? If we could get this, then we're able to throw our weight back onto it. And some people say you don't have to turn this. They'll teach beginners to turn this. The truth is that you don't actually have to. There'll be people that argue, you must turn, you don't have to turn, you shouldn't turn. Like, just listen to your coach, but the power of this comes from driving off of this leg. Boom! That's where that power comes from. But the back leg is super important. So we go bop, and when we get in here, this thing's gotta come with us. If we leave it out here, we end up with this crap here. That sucks. So the thing is, I do say that a lot. So we've got bop, bop, we've got bop, bop, and we've got splitting the difference, bop, bop. On those last two, think about that little beat, and I guess the beat's there in the first one, but it's quick. There's a beat in there. There's a little beat in there. Bop, bop. You have to put that beat in there so you don't get Stiffy McFirst Day. All right, put a little beat. Bop, bop. Start slow, and then you'll get faster. Bop, bop. That one kind of sucked. I always do that right at the end. I always mess it up. Bop, bop. There we go. Bop, bop. Skirt. Spin out with that hip. Show them what you're working with. Show them what your mama gave you. All right. Bop, bop. And that's how you can get from out here to... So establish that confidence in practice so you can establish some respect in your fight or sparring. If you want more fitness tips, self-defense techniques, gear reviews, as well as concepts and principles that make you hard to hurt, subscribe and turn on notifications.